We begin tonight with security matters as the Nigerian Army has pledged to intensify efforts to tackle emerging security threats while strengthening counter-insurgency operations across Nigeria. The Commander Signals Corps of the Nigerian Army, Major General Mohammed Abdullahi, made this pledge during the special luncheon for the frontline troops at the Daban Lema camp in Edo local government area of Kwara State, where he represented the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Waidi Shuaibu. And these are relatives of the 7 abducted construction workers carrying out construction work along the Sabaja-Oronire Road in Kwara State 15 days ago. Representatives of the families addressed a news conference in Ilorin, the Kwara State capital, where they stated that the kidnappers are demanding a ransom of 500 million naira for their release. They are also appealing to the state government and security agencies to help effect their release.
We call on the Kwara State government and relevant security agencies to please intensify rescue efforts and treat this abduction as a top priority emergency until every victim is safely returned home. 2, we urge government to establish direct communication with the affected families, so we are not left to rely on rumors and social media for information about our loved ones. Number 3, we appeal for immediate support for the families of the abducted workers, including welfare assistance and counseling, as many households are already in distress. And lastly, we ask for stronger security presence along construction corridors and rural roads to prevent further attacks on innocent workers and residents. This press conference is not about blame. We are not blaming anybody. It is about the safety of ordinary Nigerians who leave home every day to earn an honest living. To the abductors, we say, these men are fathers. These men are sons. These men are our brothers. Please release them unharmed.
Meanwhile, gunmen have launched a deadly attack in Gebe community in Shaga, local government area of Kebbi, resulting in the loss of lives of an undisclosed number of persons, with many others injured. According to local sources, the community is in serious trauma and it has not experienced such a wave of attack in many years. And sources say the attack happened suddenly when the gunmen invaded the community and began shooting sporadically, forcing residents to flee to safety to neighboring communities and nearby bushes. As at the moment, the exact number of casualties has not been ascertained due to the scale of that attack and the fact that many community members have dispersed to different locations. Confirming the incident to Channels Television, the police public relations officer Bashir Usman said police are on top of that situation. And operatives of the Department of State Services, the DSS, have arrested a suspected gang leader and another individual linked to the 2023 kidnapping and murder of renowned neurology professor Ekanem Philip Ephraim. Security sources say the alleged gang leader, Patrick Essien Etim, a 23-year-old, and his accomplice, Basi Anti Asukwo, a 40-year-old, were apprehended on December the 27th at the medical facility in Cross River State while allegedly planning to abduct another prominent medical professional. According to sources, the DSS had been tracking the kidnapping syndicate since July 2023, when armed men posing as patients abducted Professor Ephraim. The suspects reportedly confessed to the crime, admitting they killed the professor after collecting multiple ransom payments from their family. They also confessed to kidnapping other victims and vandalizing electricity cables. A third suspect, identified as Isaac Ekpeyong, has also been arrested in connection with the crimes. We head to Gombe State now, where it says strengthening the grip in power ahead of the 2027 general election and the security situation, where the main features of the meeting between Governor Inuwa Yahaya of Gombe State and the National Chairman of the All Progressives Congress, Professor Nentawe Yilwata, alongside Governor Caleb Mutfwang of Plateau State. That meeting took place at the Gombe State House in the state capital. According to him, the APC leadership is working towards strengthening its structure across all levels ahead of the election.
Governor Inuwa Yahaya began his day with a meeting with Governor Caleb Mutfwang of Plateau State at the Governor's Government House residence. The meeting is held behind closed doors for some minutes. After emerging from the meeting, Governor Mutfwang revealed the plan of the northern governors for securing the region.
We've had very useful conversations about the state of the nation and how to move things forward. And one of it, critically, I can inform you, was the resolution of the northern state governors on security in northern Nigeria. Is something that is dear to his heart and dear to all of us. And by God's grace, the resolution we took in Kaduna at our last meeting is something we are following up vigorously.
Governor Yahaya later received the national chairman of the All Progressives Congress, Professor Nentawe Yilwata, at his Gombe State Government House residence. While commending Governor Inuwa Yahaya for modeling good governance, Professor Nentawe urges the APC to close ranks and ensure electoral victories for the party in 2027.
I want to thank you for building that social trust with the people of Gombe State. Very important for us as a political party, because our motto specifies justice and unity and progress. 3 keywords: justice, progress, and unity.
In his response, Governor Inuwa Yahaya is promising that the state will play an active role in ensuring that the party sustains the momentum from the grassroots to the federal level.
The president is coming back. Surely, inshallah, we are coming back as a party. I may be out because I'm serving my second term. But by the grace of God, my successor too will be APC. Our house will be APC. Our members will be APC. The senators too are going to be APC.
Meanwhile, Governor Inuwa Yahaya has already ordered the inclusion of 12 billion naira in the state's 2026 appropriation as the state's 12-month contribution for the formation of a northern security unit.
Insecurity remains one of Nigeria's most pressing challenges in the year 2025, with lives lost, many people displaced, food production undermined, and ethnic divisions widening. Despite government efforts, Nigeria's sovereignty was also threatened in very significant ways home and abroad. So tonight, we turn our attention to the security sector to examine how the country fared in the year and experts' assessment of the situation. Our correspondent Empress Simon reports.
From clashes over land and grazing rights in Benue State and coordinated ethnic militia attacks in Plateau State to resurgence of insurgency in Northeast and banditry attacks in Northwest, as well as parts of North Central, insecurity threatened the very fiber of Nigeria's existence in 2025. The Global Terrorism Index ranked Nigeria 6th worldwide in 2025, up from 8th in the previous year. Behind the statistics are human stories, lives lost, families displaced, and communities living in fear.
If you look at the West African security tracker, it's indicated that there are over 5,000 incidents in Nigeria, which amounts to about 12,900 deaths all over Africa, West Africa, and of these 12,900 deaths in West Africa, Nigeria accounts for 45% of this debt.
In the face of the attacks, President Bola Tinubu reshuffled the service chiefs, replacing the then Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, with the then Chief of Army Staff, General Olufemi Oluyede. The President appointed new Chief of Army Staff, Chief of Air Staff, and Chief of Naval Staff. He also declared a nationwide security emergency and ordered the Inspector General of Police to immediately withdraw police personnel attached to very important personalities. Also, following a wave of attacks in November, including an attack on church worshippers in Eruku in Ekiti local government area of Kwara State and mass school abduction in Magatown in Kebbi State, as well as in Papiri in Niger State, the Minister of Defense, Mr. Badaru, also resigned his position. He was immediately replaced by General Christopher Musa. As Nigeria grappled with the issues, the United States government under President Donald Trump designated Nigeria a country of particular concern, accusing the government of complicit over an alleged genocide against Christians, which sparked debate both in the country and outside the country on the veracity of the claims. Mr. Trump threatened to also deploy U.S. troops to Nigeria. On Christmas Day, Mr. Trump announced that U.S. military carried out bombardments on terrorist enclaves in Nigeria. The federal government later confirmed President Donald Trump's announcement, saying it was a joint operation. The announcement came barely a day after a mosque in Gambaru Market in Maiduguri in Borno State was attacked by suicide bombers.
It's all security measures. Anything you can put in place to prevent the loss of lives and property, put them in place. If it's going to take the international community to ensure the protection of lives of the Nigerian people, put it in place.
Nigeria needs to be very careful to ensure that there is fairness, there is equity, and there is balance in terms of how these operations are carried out. It should never be seen to be against a particular faith or a particular ethnic group. If that happens, then it will create more problems.
Despite the setbacks, security forces recorded gains. Approximately 3,000 bandits and terrorists were neutralized. At least 1,000 kidnapped victims were rescued. The force public relations officer, CSP Benjamin Hundayin, also highlighted major achievements recorded by the Nigeria police in the year.
Total of suspects arrested for the year, 5,721. And in terms of recoveries for firearms, we recovered a total of 1,766 firearms. And for ammunition, we recovered a total of 13,487 ammunition. Do not forget, this is across the country from January till date.
In terms of investments in security, the Tinubu administration in 2025 allocated over 6 trillion naira to security and defense, with over 4 trillion naira for personnel costs and over 1 trillion naira for capital expenditure on hardware. But analysts say funding must reach operational overheads and intelligence fusion to translate into safer communities.
For me, I will advise that the Nigerian government should carry out this war as an intelligence-driven war, because if we don't, bring in intelligence, we will not be able to succeed. And 2026, I will strongly advise that the Nigerian political elites should stop the use of talks.
Nigerians should expect a sustained fight, sustained onslaughts on criminals, on terrorists, on bandits, sustained.
As 2025 closes, Nigeria's security remains fragile, but experts believe if the federal government prioritizes community-based security partnerships in the coming year, strengthen intelligence sharing across agencies, and invest in conflict prevention mechanisms that address root causes, coupled with reforms that build trust between citizens and security forces, Nigeria can begin to turn the tide towards lasting stability. Emperor Simon, Channels Television News.